Hey guys, this is Coach Seth with Club Calisthenics online. I've got Crystal with me today. Today we're going to be doing a spine mobility class. For tools, you're going to need a yoga mat, some sort of small weight. Today we just have a water bottle. You might need a small chair or something to raise yourself up, maybe even a stool, and you're going to need some wall space. So if you guys have all those things, we'll get started. We're going to start with a warm-up. Crystal's going to demo for us. We're just going to start with squats. 3, 2, 1, and squats. Down and up. So we're going to do lots of spine stuff. Going to get us some Jefferson curls, some rotation, some forward, backward bending. But make sure you guys are nice and warm first. For these squats, I'm just asking you guys to go as low as you're comfortable right off the bat, depending on how warm you are, what you did before this. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to have you guys stand up, feet together, and I'm going to have you do alternating reverse lunge right in place. We're just trying to get the heart rate up a little bit. Nice, Crystal. As you guys get warmer, maybe your lunges get a little lower, knee gets closer to the floor. You can go whatever pace you need to go. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go down to the floor into a high plank. We're going to hold that 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and hold. So I want you guys to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads, squeeze your abs. Nice work. Our hands are right under our shoulders. Elbows are more or less locked. Got 10 seconds left. How you doing? We're going to do this 2 times. 3, 2, 1, back up, squats again. 3, 2, 1, and squats. Same thing as those lunges as we warm up. Maybe we're getting a little bit lower in our squats. Feel free to find whatever width works for you for the feet, as long as the knees are still going right over the middle of the feet. Nice, Crystal. Keeping a good pace here. 3, 2, 1. Back up, lunges again, and lunge. Nice, Crystal. If you guys find yourselves tipping over a little bit, just step your feet out to the side as you step back. In 3, 2, 1, one more time down in that 30-second plank. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Nice. We're just trying to breathe here. Breathe and hold. Remember the squeeze. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs, squeeze the abs. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and let's stand it up. So we're going to get the spine moving already. I'm going to have you guys go back into a plank. I'm going to have you step into a plank, do your best push-up, stand back up, and when you get to the top, just take a back bend, arms out to the side. 30 seconds. We'll watch Crystal do this. You guys can join at home. 3, 2, 1. Best push-up you have. Stand up, no rush, arms back, chest up. Should feel good. And back down. Nice, Crystal. Good push-up. Crystal's doing full push-ups. You guys can come down to the knees. You guys can do a half push-up. This is just to warm you up. Nice work. You guys can look at the ceiling, maybe the wall behind you as you bend back. We got one more rep. Last back bend. Nice. And release. I'm gonna have you guys just bring your feet out into a straddle, and I'm gonna have you just rotate over one side, rotate over the other side. 30 seconds here. Just a little more spine movement. Nothing too specific here. If you guys aren't super warm yet, just take it slow. As you warm up, you'll get more range of motion. 10 more seconds. And release. You guys can keep those feet out in the straddle. Next up, I'm gonna have Crystal doing around the world. So she's just gonna go down and then all the way around one side through whatever back bend she has back to the middle, and then she's gonna reverse and go the other way. 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. The legs stay more or less straight. And we're just folding forward, side, back, all the way through. Nice, Crystal. Again, we're not super warm yet, so we're not going super far. We're just going wherever feels safe and comfortable for you. 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome. Nice work. So now we're going to focus on each of the spine movements. We're going to spend a little bit of time on each of them. We're first going to just start in this plane, just a bit of a back bend and some forward bending. So we're going to start with a Jefferson curl. I'm going to have Crystal on this first round demonstrate this on the floor, and then the second round we'll show it raised up. So Crystal's going to grab a light weight. At home, you guys can grab a water bottle, or you can do this with no weight at all. She's bringing her feet right under her hips, and she's going to curl her spine all the way down, starting with her chin. So she curls her chin, and then she starts to curl each of her vertebrae as she curls down. She's trying to compress herself like she's in a small room as she comes down, and then she's going to reverse it by uncurling her low spine first. All this stays curled. She stands back up nice and slow. Just a nice forward curl. This weight just creates a little stretch. You guys can join us at home. We're going to do about a minute from right now. Curling down, coming back up. If you guys have done this before and you know you like to do this raised up, feel free to stand on a chair, something very stable, and then you can reach below your feet. But as Crystal's doing here, she's just bending her arms. That works too. Nice, Crystal. As you guys are doing this movement, I want you to think the goal is to move every segment of your spine. It's very easy for a lot of us to get our low back moving, our upper back moving, so a lot of us need focus somewhere in the middle. But whatever you need to work on. We have 10 more seconds here, maybe one more rep. Nice curl, chin to the chest. Compressing yourself and curling your way back up. And break time. You guys can set that weight down. Now we're going to do the reverse, and we're going to do a standing arch. So if Crystal turns sideways here, instead of going forward, now she's just going to go backward, and we're going to go for reps. So from this standing position, you can do whatever you want with your arms. I like to just put them out to the side. Overhead is harder. She's going to curl back with her chin and her entire spine, trying to get a big global arch. That's really good. And then back to standing. We're going to do this for a minute. So you guys can join her. 3, 2, 1, and go. You guys might want a soft bend in the knees just to make sure we're not tipping over. Squeeze your glutes a little bit. Nice, Crystal. And this is the same goal as the Jefferson curl. We want to try to get every segment of your spine to move. As with any of our mobility or strength classes, if there's any pain, I want you guys to shorten your range of motion. So maybe it hurts when you get way back there, just don't go quite as far. We've got 20 seconds left. How you doing, Crystal?
Good.
Do you have a full back walkover?
No.
It looks like you might.
Maybe soon.
Some of you guys at home might be able to touch your hands to the floor and then come back up. If you have that and you feel good, go for it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake it off a little bit. We're going to do one more round. Same idea. So now Crystal's going to show the progressed version. Standing on a chair or something again, something stable, maybe an ottoman. Lightweight, same thing. Curl the chin, legs are straight, and she curls down. Nice job. Now she can get more stretch at the bottom since she's not touching the floor. Awesome. We've got 1 minute here. Nice work. And you guys recognize that as the pike stretch when you get all the way to the bottom. That'll help with a lot of different calisthenics skills. If you guys need to bend the knees just a little bit at first, totally okay. Over time, you guys will work toward straight knees like what Crystal has here. That's going to intensify the hamstring stretch big time. Got about 15 seconds left, a few more reps. I want you guys at home just to go at a nice constant pace. Final rep, and we're standing back up. 3, 2, 1, and release. You guys can come off that chair if you did go up, and we're going back to that standing arch one more time. So again, find yourself nice balanced support, whatever position you want to put your arms in. 3, 2, 1, and arch. Nice. Crystal's doing hands next to the ears. If you feel this arch dumping into just one part of your back, for a lot of us it's going to be the low back, really try to get it into somewhere else. One of the cues I like is try to pull your sternum up toward the ceiling to get that stretch more up into your mid-upper back. You may not go as far. That's totally okay. Nice job, Crystal. Our goal, and I said it on the first round, is a nice global arch, meaning the entire spine has a nice gradual curve to it. That's the goal. We may not all have that. It's okay. One more rep here. 3, 2, 1, and release. How you feeling?
Good.
All right. Next up, guys, we're going down to the floor, hands and knees. So we did the forward fold, the backward. Now we're going to focus on some rotation work. So watch Crystal do this first, and then we'll all do it together. So Crystal's going to take her right hand and just take the fingers and just set them right behind her ear, very gently. Now she's going to reach this elbow down toward this hand, and then she's going to rotate up toward the ceiling, looking past her elbow. We're going to do this for 30 seconds per side. We're trying to keep the hips really stable and just rotate everything from the hips up. You guys can join us at home, down on hands and knees. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Nice, Crystal. This bottom arm can stay more or less straight. Don't bend it too much or you're just trying to fake the range of motion a bit. And we're trying to keep both knees equally weighted as we go through this motion. Nice work. You're going to feel a big squeeze in your upper mid back as you pull that arm behind you. 3, 2, 1. You guys can set that hand down. Switch to the other side. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Nice, Crystal. How's that feeling?
Good.
Nice.
Definitely feel it in my upper back.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, my upper mid back gets a bit crampy as I do this, which means I need to do it more. Again, she's looking up past her elbow up at the ceiling. I like to use the elbow as like a sight. You can see how far you rotate by looking at the ceiling. 3, 2, 1, and release. We're gonna do one more rotation movement. Watch Crystal do this real quick. She's gonna lay on her side in the fetal position. Yep. And now I'm gonna have her bring both of her arms out in front of her with palms together. Now, while keeping these legs pinned down to the floor and without lifting them, she's gonna lift this upper arm and she's gonna rotate and try to touch it to the floor. Here she goes, and you can follow the gaze with your eyes. Sorry, follow your hand, and then she's gonna come back. So she's feeling a nice rotation here. You guys can join her at home. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Might get some cracks, some pops in your back in this first one. Again, should feel good. We're trying to keep both those knees together, and we're trying to keep them down on the floor. Nice work. You feel a stretch there?
Yeah, I'm so good.
Cool. You guys can stick to Crystal's pace, or you can go a little bit slower, but don't try to go too fast on these movements. Just move in nice and consistent. 3, 2, 1, and release. Now we're gonna do the other side. I'll have Crystal just flip over. Same thing, knees together, palms together. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. When I tried one of these earlier, my whole back went pop, 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 pop.
Oh,
It felt really good. Nice work. The goal here, of course, is to try to get both shoulder blades to the floor while keeping your knees glued to the floor. Awesome. Last rep. 3, 2, 1, and release. One more round, guys. We're going back to that kneeling position. Choose a side. Hands behind the ear. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. So now we've been doing quite a bit of rotation here. We should be getting pretty warm. Maybe we can go a little farther into rotation. A little more back squeeze. Remember though, these hips are still staying solid. Knees are still equally weighted into the floor. Nice, Crystal. Three, 2, 1, hand down, immediately rotate, other side, and begin. Is this side a little tougher?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Yeah, for sure. You guys might find one side's a little tougher, a little shorter range of motion. It's okay, it's just information. Got 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Back to the floor, onto our side. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. A little easier this time?
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. And you guys at home, you can continue to follow your hand as it rotates because we're trying to get the neck rotating as well. Of course, that's part of our spine as well. 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. Last time with rotation. Setting ourselves up, hands together. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. 30 seconds. Nice, Crystal. And if you guys feel these legs start to lift up a little bit, just again remind yourself, try to glue them down to the floor. We'll just add a bit to the stretch. 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, so we've done some forward and back bending. We've done some rotation. So now we're gonna work on some lateral flexion, some lateral spine stuff. So I'm gonna have Crystal go into a side plank. You guys have lots of options here. You see Crystal chose to stagger her feet, one in front of the other. That creates a little more stability. She could also stack them one on the other, but it's a little easier to tip over that way. Also, if you guys need to, you guys can drop the knees down to the floor. You can bend the legs so that the feet are back behind you. Yeah, so bend your knees at 90 and point your feet toward me. Yeah, and you can stack your knees on each other, just like that. Yep. This can be accomplished this way as well. So Crystal's gonna go back to that version that was most comfortable for her. And now I'm gonna have you drop your hip down toward the floor and then press it up higher than where you started. A side plank overarch. So we're gonna be working this lateral flexion. You can take a break for a second. You guys at home, set it up. We're gonna go 30 seconds per side. Find which version works for you. 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Lifting up. Now I want you guys to try to stay as sideways as you can. So your torso is perpendicular to the floor. We're also trying to stay in a straight line from shoulder to heels. This is tough. We should be feeling a lot of our obliques right here. How you doing, Crystal? Feeling it? Almost there. 3, 2, 1, release. This is gonna burn. Now we're switching sides. Try to equal it on both sides. 3, 2, 1, and go. Awesome. Now Crystal went down to a forearm. That's another version of this movement that works really well. It's a little shorter range of motion, so if you feel like it's a little too tough, forearm's a good option. 15 seconds. Nice, Crystal. Hang in there. Take a break if you have to. Hold on if you can. 3, 2, 1, and release. How'd that feel on the shoulders?
This one's a little weird, but
Yeah,
great.
it's okay in that forearm.
That's good.
Yeah, okay. So that's another thing. So Crystal's got a bum shoulder, so that's why she went down into that forearm plank. Great option to keep it safe. Next up, I'm gonna have Crystal go into a pancake position. So she's sitting here, legs out at about 90 degrees. If you wanted this one today, if you have a pretty good middle split, you can go a little wider if you prefer. What I have Crystal do is hold on to, do you want to do a weight?
Sure, yeah.
Water bottle works really well for this. She's gonna put her arms up over her head and she's gonna try to side bend. So she's gonna rotate just a little bit and then reach her hands toward one of her feet. Here she goes, then she goes back to the top and then she's gonna bend to the other side. I'm gonna give her a little break. She can bring her hands down. We're gonna do that for 60 seconds. So you guys at home set this up, point the toes, legs locked. You may not need a weight at all. If you've never done it before, try it without a weight first. Here we go, guys, 60 seconds, hands up. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. This is one of my favorite moves if you've never done it before. Tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll wonder what happened to the sides of your body. It might have been this. Nice. Every time she rotates just a little bit, so she's trying to side bend, just like you would standing. Awesome. You're also gonna get a stretch out of the legs, hamstrings, inner thighs. That stuff's just bonus today, since we're focused mostly on spine. Hang in there, guys. We got 20 seconds to go. Just like before, if you had to take a break, that's okay. You can work your way up toward this 60 seconds. 10 seconds to go. Nice, Crystal. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, And break time. Feel the obliques?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I haven't done that one in a while myself. All right, guys, one more time. We're going back to those side plank over arches. Find what version of this side plank works for you. Set it up. 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds. Yep. Awesome. And remember the intent today. We're really just trying to laterally flex the spine. So as that hip comes up, really try to squeeze your obliques on the side. There's some bonus shoulder work going on here as well. You're definitely going to feel the shoulder working. 3, 2, 1, and let's switch sides. So you can do knees and forearm if you want on this side. Yep. All right, guys, set it up. 3, 2, 1, and side plank. You may feel like you're not getting a lot of range of motion, but it's more about the squeeze and just trying your best to side bend. 15 seconds. Nice, Crystal. A few more seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1, and release.
Woo! That's great.
You're gonna feel your obliques tomorrow for sure.
Feeling that.
Yes. All right, we're almost there. So back to our pancake. Maybe you use a weight, maybe you progress it. You can go a little heavier if you want. Let's do it. Set yourselves up, arms up. 3, 2, 1, and side bend. Nice, Crystal. And you guys are just reaching sideways, reaching towards your foot. Crystal's making this look really easy. A lot of us will not get to our feet. Awesome. Another good cue here is to keep reaching up long. Reach away from your hips, way up high. 20 seconds left. Take that break if you have to. Stay in it if you can. Looking good. 10 seconds. Awesome job. Bonus if you guys can keep those legs locked and toes pointed this whole time. 3, 2, 1, release. Good work. Good work. All right, guys, we are almost there. We've got one more thing to do today with the spine. I'm gonna have you guys stand it up and find some wall space. I'm gonna have Crystal, I'm gonna have her stand a little closer to the wall than she has to begin with. And I'm gonna ask her to put her arms up over her head and reach back toward the wall. First up, you just wanna see if you can tap the wall. She can tap it a couple times. You guys can totally just stay here if you want to. If you're ready to progress from here, she's gonna place her hands on the wall on the next time. And now she can start to walk her feet forward and she can start to walk her hands down. Now Crystal's done this before. She's gonna make it look way easier than it is. She's gonna walk down as far as she's comfortable and then she's gonna walk back up. Man, she gets all the way to the floor. Awesome. Can you walk back up the wall? Yes. And now as she walks up, her feet walk back in. Awesome. That was really good.
That's great.
So guys at home, I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to work on this. You obviously won't be able to see us, but Crystal's just gonna be working up and down. You have lots of options. Like I showed you, tap the wall. The farther your feet come away from the wall, tougher it gets. And as you go, just really try to pull the sternum up toward the ceiling. Ready to do it?
Okay.
All right, guys, so at home, find your wall, figure out what progression you're gonna work on. 60 seconds. It's the last thing we're doing today. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Nice. Crystal's reaching back. She's just doing some taps. You guys at home, find what works for you. Just like we were chatting before with the global arch, I want you to try to get your whole spine to arch, not just your low back, not just one segment of it, all of it. We don't want any pain here. If you do feel anything, one thing that might help is to squeeze your glutes as you reach over your back. You guys at home, keep doing whatever progression you're working on. We got 15 seconds left. Nice, Crystal. And for you, your low back really likes to arch, so really try to pull that chest up.
Nice.
Almost there, guys. 3, 2, 1, and release. One last thing, guys. I'm going to bring you down to the floor. We're just going to do some cat-cows just to move the spine. So she's on her hands and knees, and now I'm just going to have her arch her back, round her back. You guys can move the spine a little laterally side to side, do some circles, just move it around, see how it's feeling. 30 seconds, and then we're done. Nice. How's that spine feeling?
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Worked.
So hopefully the spine is feeling really good by now. And the goal today is to leave you feeling better than when you started. So hopefully we didn't overdo it today. Next time you can bring it up a little notch if you need to. 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice work. Boom. All right, guys, thanks for taking class. That was mobility. Thanks, Crystal. And we'll see you guys next time.